I imagine there must be quite a few retarded people who have spent money on Battlefield 1 shortcut kits. Look them up in the game's store. Battlefield 1 shortcut kits. Assault bundle, support bundle, medic bundle, each for $9.99. These are put out there so you don't have to grind to unlock everything. Just pay fucking dice, money, and all the stuff you are supposed to grind for will be unlocked. Infantry bundle, vehicle bundle, the ultimate bundle. Oh, look at how gracious they are. For $40, you can unlock absolutely everything in the game. How do I begin to explain how you are giving this fucked up gaming company money for nothing if you buy those? Forget the ethics of how it might be pay to win. That's the least of it. Problem is, people are mentally retarded, so it's very hard to explain, but I will try anyway. You are paying to unlock something in a game. The game that you bought that was already programmed for this scheme to be possible beforehand. This is not a digital product you are paying for. Unlocking something in the game that you are supposed to grind for is not a digital product. It is not a new gun, or a new map, or a new tank, or a new gun camo, or a new character outfit somebody had to sit down and create on a computer. It's not even that. Nothing new has been created by the developers. These shortcuts are not digital products. The switch that unlocks everything that you are supposed to grind for was already programmed into the game with this very scheme in mind. And you already paid for the game. Nothing new has been created. It is also not a service. You are not paying for a service either. No human being has to take time and effort out of their life to do something for you when you pay for these shortcuts. So it is not a service, and it is not a product. So if you buy these shortcut bundles, what are you giving them money for? For absolutely nothing. They found a way to take your money for zero effort on their part. And it's a substantial amount of money, too. What makes this unfair is I had to toil for a year to type up and edit Impact, a James Grider novel by E. Paula Wilson that I posted on Amazon. I only sell it for $2.99. On the other hand, something that took zero effort, a pay-to-win scheme applied to a video game, where the cheapest pay-to-win item you can buy on here is being sold for $9.99. How is this fair? And it's not even an item. I work on something, and I am told to go fuck myself. While a gaming company makes money on doing absolutely nothing, providing neither a product nor a service, and the cheapest option costs 3 times what my book costs. I tell people that I want to be rich like Tanner Fox, to be a millionaire who never has to work a real 9-to-5 labor-intensive job. People are angered by that. They are provoked into denying me that, which they do by not buying Impact, a James Grider novel, for $2.99 on Amazon. So if I said I want to sell enough of those novels to buy a house or a yacht or a car, people would hate me and say, "Fuck no, we are not making it that easy for you." However, when a gaming company rips people off with pay-to-win schemes, with overpriced digital DLC items, when a gaming company purposely releases half-finished games to sell the rest of the game to you as pieces of DLC later, you are completely fine with enriching the gaming company. You don't care if the gaming company's executives blow your money up their nose by buying Coke. You don't care if they boast that they bought new GTRs with the DLC sales. You put up with buying incomplete games and then gladly fork over more cash so you can get the rest of the game piecemeal. Battlefield 1 was sold as an unfinished game. They purposely excluded the French army and the Russian army and a bunch of guns and vehicles so they can sell it to you later. They can't even give you a free fucking game mode. I would love to play Frontlines on Battlefield 1, but it's locked behind a paywall. Now you can't buy a complete game from day one anymore. Half the game is hidden behind paywalls, to be sold later in pieces, to squeeze more money out of you. It's done on purpose. What will be in the original game, and what will be in the DLC, is decided right when they first start creating the game. DLC is not some spontaneous expansion added out of the goodness of their hearts. It is a business scheme. My book isn't like that. You are not paying for half a book and some DLC chapters later. I get such an animosity for trying to sell Impact, a James Grider novel by E. Paula Wilson, at the lowest profitable price on Amazon. And people say to me, "No, we are not buying it, because you don't deserve to be rich like Casey Neistat. You should bust your ass working. While you are working, we will go watch Casey Neistat YouTube videos without ad block, so he can make more money off of showing how rich he is. Oh, as for those Battlefield creators, we'll also give them money for something that is less substantial than Space Vacuum. Those things being the shortcut bundles that unlock everything so you don't have to grind. That's like paying the power company for electricity, paying for the electrical wires in your house, paying for the light bulb, and then being asked to pay for the privilege of toggling the light switch yourself. Oh, for $40, the computer will spend 1/1,000,000th of a second unlocking everything for me, so I don't have to grind. For $40. Oh, how generous of them. That must be real hard work they put into that particular product to charge so much.
Hey!
Meanwhile, look at the problems in this game. I am constantly complaining that I am running into aimbot snipers, invisibility hackers, where their characters turn invisible, instances where characters teleport behind you, usually so they can bury a melee weapon in your back, snipers that fire through the hills in the landscape with their wall hacks. Playing this game feels like playing a hacked Call of Duty game in a hacked lobby on a PS3. Go put in Modern Warfare 2 on a PS3, and no doubt every lobby will be hacked, and there will be invisibility cheaters and aim bots. This is what playing Battlefield 1 feels like. I am constantly outraged at the cheaters and the hackers. That's why I do so badly. I can't get 100 kills in Conquest. I should be getting 100 kills, and I can't. I die after 1 kill almost all the time. Even if there are no actual hackers, I don't care. It makes me feel good to delude myself that there are. I do this in every game I have ever played, claiming that I am losing because of hackers. Like bitch-lack people who fail at life say it's because of racism everywhere. Every time the enemy team launches the war pigeon, and it says that the pigeon has delivered the enemy's message, I ask, oh, does that message explain how the enemy team cheated and hacked the game so they could have the pigeon deliver the message? But apparently DICE is only concerned with money and political correctness. By the way, I need to remind you to go to Amazon and buy Impact, a James Grider novel by E. Paula Wilson for $2.99. Yeah, Battlefield 1 developers are concerned with social justice warrior issues. They put bitch-lack people into the German army in this game just because there was probably 9 bitch-lack people in total in the German army in real life. But you play multiplayer, and it makes it look as if 1/3 to 1/4 of the German army are bitch-lack people. Very inaccurate. Indian soldiers in the British Army, in European theaters. Very inaccurate. And of course, they put a bitch-lack guy front and center on the cover of the game. Now, with the Russian DLC that this game is getting, they had to go out of their way to point out that there are women in the Russian army. They have to put a woman on the cover, as if the Russian army was led by women. 2,000 women against what? Several million men that probably served in the Russian army? But sure, the women were so important, they must stand majestically on the cover. Oh, let's make the sniper class be women. We know that all the little squeakers and hackers who set up modded lobbies in Battlefield 1, they love playing as snipers, cheating with their aimbots, and one-shot kills across the map. I swear, half the people in Battlefield 1 lobbies are snipers, so it will look as if half the Russian army were all women. Yay, feminists rejoice. By this point, it wouldn't surprise me if there is a bitch-lack person in the Russian army too. Maybe they'll dig up some tidbit about one bitch-lack person that served in the Russian army during World War I somehow. And that means they will have to make a quarter of the Russian army in multiplayer be bitch-lack people because of that. Because hooray diversity, hooray multiculturalism, hooray feminism. It's a funny thing. You go on YouTube and you search up if there are any complaints or if anyone has brought up mention of there not being women in Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, and Battlefield Hardline. No, it doesn't look as if anybody gave a shit that there were no women in multiplayer for Battlefield 3, 4, and Hardline. Now, in Battlefield 1, there is all these YouTube videos where it's being pointed out that there are no women. Strange. The feminist movement is so old, and Hardline only came out a couple years ago. So why didn't they bitch then? I have the answer. Battlefield 3, 4, and Hardline were fictional wars that did not happen in real life. Hardline wasn't even about war. It was cops and criminals. Putting women into Hardline would have made a lot more sense. There are female cops and female criminals in the real world, but nobody gave a shit that they didn't. So what's different about Battlefield 1 that they suddenly complain? You guessed it. It's based on a real war from history. That's the difference. What does the left like to do? They like to rewrite history in an Orwellian fashion, whether it's in the classroom, or in textbooks, or in movies. They like to hijack the pop culture and rewrite history so it fits with whatever PC socialist narrative they are pushing. For most kids, their experience with the theme of World War I for the first time will be through this video game. It doesn't matter that it's factually wrong. Because of what they see in Battlefield 1, they will grow up believing that white people owe black people and other minorities a debt for winning the war, as if without the help of these minorities, it would not have been possible, which is bullshit. They will grow up believing women can be soldiers just as good as men, that there is no biological differences, where women are weaker and cannot be as good as men in combat. Battlefield 1 is based on history. The agenda of the powers that be is to rewrite history, and they're going to hijack pop culture mediums wherever they can, and intimidate their creators into salting their creations with false narratives and misrepresentations of history. This is why swastikas are missing from a Call of Duty World War II trailer. This is why women will be added into that game as well as soldiers. In this day and age, you can't even make a historical game or a movie without history being rewritten in that game or that movie to suit politically correct agendas.